Welcome to my channel, everybody. Today we are going to cook, and we are cooking a recipe that I tested today, a roasted poblano, fennel, and corn chowder. I kind of was just walking through the produce and I was like, I kind of saw what was good, and those three things popped out, and I thought I don't use fennel enough, so let's try. I wish that I had a camera that I could go through and film the whole process. It would make it more interesting. Well, it'd make it easier and much more interesting than sitting here watch me talk. So what I did is I wrote it down, and I will sit here and I will explain it to you, and I really apologize, but you guys have to try it. It is delicious. Started out by doing was I heated up a dry skillet for my poblano and then a Dutch oven, or a big pot. And in the pot, put about a tablespoon of canola or vegetable oil, any flavorless oil. Heated that up over medium-high heat. Put the poblano in the skillet. What you'll do is you're gonna get it nice and charred on one side, you'll flip it over, get it nice and charred on the other side. Take about 10 minutes total. You're gonna put the whole poblano in a bowl, cover it with saran wrap, set it to the side. Easy peasy. What you're gonna do with the rest of it is you're gonna take 2 cobs of corn, You're going to peel it, and then you're gonna stand it up on its end. What I did is cut each in half, so I had quarters. That's 8. Hello, smarty pants. What I did was cut them in half, and then you stand them on its end and run the knife down the edge, turn and run. You're getting all the kernels off of the cob. You're gonna take that, put it in a bowl, set it aside. You're gonna dice up your onion. You're gonna dice up a clove of garlic. You're gonna take your poblano, rinse it under the sink, get all kind of the skin off, leave some of the char on, break it open, discard the skin, rinse out the seeds. You're gonna cut it lengthwise into like little strips and then dice it. Basically, you would end up with a dice on that. You're gonna set all of that aside. You're going to take your onion and you're going to saute that with a little salt and pepper. And while that's working, 'cause it's gonna take a few minutes, you're gonna take about half of your fresh corn, you're gonna puree it into like this paste. So you're gonna add your garlic, stir that for a bit. Once you've got your onions to where they're getting translucent, you're going to add your fennel, half of your poblano, and you're gonna stir that together, start softening the fennel. It's gonna take a few minutes. You're gonna also need about 2 bags of frozen corn. You could use all fresh, but then you're sitting there all day taking it all off the cob. We got the fresh in there for the little fresh flavor. You got the frozen in there for the easy. Then you're going to, so you've got your fennel going with your poblano and your onions. Then what you're gonna do once that's nice and translucent is you're gonna add your fresh corn kernels, you're gonna add the puree corn, the frozen, and you're gonna stir that around. You're gonna add some garlic powder, some onion powder, and some more salt and pepper. Then here's where you can kind of do what you like. I don't know about you guys, but I get those quarts. I get the Kitchen's Basics unsalted chicken stock. They make vegetable stock, so if you wanted to keep this all vegetarian, you could do that. Sometimes I'll use some, and then I'll have some left over, so I'll freeze it right in the stock box. So I took out what I had. I had some vegetable stock, I had some chicken stock, so I added that. You want to cover it by about 1/2 inch. Okay, then you're gonna let that simmer for a while. I reserved some corn, toasted it in the skillet for topping. You don't have to, but you're gonna let that simmer for about 20 to 30 minutes. Then you're gonna take 2 cups of that. I just measured it right out of the pot. Take 2 cups of that, puree it pretty good. Put it back in, bring it to a simmer. Then you're gonna take some water or some extra stock and about a tablespoon of cornstarch. You're gonna stir that in. You're gonna put it into your soup, because what you wanna do is you wanna thicken that Gonna let that simmer for about 5-10 minutes till it gets thick. If it's not thick enough, add more of that mixture. If it's too thick, cut it with some water or some more stock. It's always easy to fix that. Here, if you want to make it a little richer, what you can do is add some heavy cream, some half and half, and get a real creamy broth going on. When that's done, what I did is I ladled it into a bowl. Then I took, you always want to know what you're eating because you eat with your eyes first. So I took some fennel fronds, and that's the fluffy stuff at the end of the fennel. Kind of diced that up, put that on top with the toasted corn and some reserved, because you have that quarter poblano that you didn't put in. Some reserved, because, you're going to add about 3/4 of your poblano into the pot. I think I said 1/4. About 3/4. And you're going to reserve that 1/4 chop to top. So, see if you can see. Oh, there's the fennel on the edge of the spoon. There's, that's a good bite. I have to do it. So it's going to be smoky from the poblano, but not spicy at all. They do vary, but it's really just really smoky. You have corn, but sometimes I think when you add like the cream and stuff, it just takes on a whole different flavor. You lose those components. So good. By putting that cornstarch in there, you get a really silky, creamy sauce without having it be creamy, like without actually having to add cream to it. It's very silky, and by pureeing 2 cups of the mixture, you're really adding, because when I was making it and I hadn't pureed it, you're just eating corn. It's good, but then puree it and you get a whole nother, you puree part of it, you get a whole nother texture. It's just incredible. I really wish I had a camera to film that, because it's much more interesting than me telling you about it, and it'll make you want to make it. But trust me, you want to make it. My husband had like 3 bowls. I gave him a little test, and he's like, so where's a full bowl? And then he had eaten so much, he's like, honey, had you eaten any yet? And I was like, no. And so we split the 3rd bowl. But I should check the pot. He probably ate the rest of the pot too. He loved it. And I hate when you make healthy food that tastes healthy. This has got so much flavor. Make sure you add some salt. If it's tasting a little bland, a little salt. I always use kosher. I always grind fresh peppercorns. That makes a huge difference. Make sure your garlic powder, onion powder are fresh. It's easy, but you get the fresh corn in there. You get the help with the frozen corn. It is incredible. Please go try it. If you do, let me know. Next time I get steak Christian, I will show you how to make that. That one's easy, be like a 5-minute video. Please guys, go try it. If you like this video, if you want to try this recipe, any of that, comment, like, subscribe, all that good deal. Anyways, have a good day guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Corn on the cobs. 2 of them. And about a tablespoon